Welcome to Age Friendly Cleveland. My name is Mary McNamara, and I'm the Director of Aging for the City of Cleveland. Across our country, we have what we call an aging network of services, because no one division of government, hospital system, agency, or faith-based organization provides all of the services an older adult might want or need to age successfully. As examples, some older adults may need transportation, or modifications to their home, or home health care, or resources to stay engaged after retirement. It is our hope with this Age Friendly Cleveland series that you might learn more about the resources right here in Cleveland. This next segment is about one of our trusted agencies or departments we work closely with every day to make Cleveland an age-friendly city.
Friendly Cleveland, I'm Dan Monroe. Today we're talking about a very popular home repair program in the city of Cleveland. It's called the Senior Homeowners Assistance Grant, or most commonly known as SHAP. My guest today is Mary McNamara. She's the Director of the Department of Aging. Mary, welcome.
Thanks so much.
Mary, before we go into this, it seems like you and I have worked together for a long time, but how long have you been with the City of Cleveland?
Yeah, thanks, Dan. I've been at the City of Cleveland for 14 years. Oh. I'm a licensed social worker.
One thing I know about you is you really, really love your job, and you really look to take care of our seniors in the city of Cleveland. You know, it's fun, isn't it? You enjoy what you do?
I do. You know, there's about 70,000 people, 60 years of age and over in the city, and I live in the city. They're my neighbors. They're people I go to church with. I enjoy seeing so many of our community members out, and I want them to be able to age in place, which is what they want to do.
Well, one thing that you do to help them age in place is we talk about this program called the SHAP program. Tell me all about that. What is this program?
It's a name that's funny, SHAP. I hear it pronounced all sorts of different ways in the community, but the easiest way to say it is it's a grant, which means you don't have to pay it back. And this grant can provide a critical health or life safety repair to your home. So most commonly, people use it to acquire a new roof for their home, or a porch repair, or major plumbing, or major electrical. You know, the housing stock in the city of Cleveland, the average housing stock is over 100 years of age and older. And so it needs ongoing maintenance and repair. And as people age and their incomes flatten out and often decrease with Social Security and pensions, it can be harder and harder to make that $10,000 repair themselves. So for those who are income eligible, SHAP can be life-changing.
Well, how is the Department of Aging involved?
Yeah, we have been involved in this program for years, and one of the ways that we assist is we help older adults and adults with disabilities apply for the program. So this is a HUD-funded program, and in that I like to tell people it requires a lot of paperwork, right, to just make sure that everything can be audited correctly. But that paperwork can sometimes be a burden for people to collect, and so we've got a great team of staff at the Department of Aging who will walk you through all the items you need to get what we think is a complete application. Items like, you know, a copy of your current mortgage if you have one, a current copy of your utility bills, bank statements. So we want to help people make copies of those documents. We want to help them get them in order, and then we assemble them in a package, and we deliver them to our partners at Community Development.
Well, then why should people apply? Why is it so important that they should apply to this?
Well, I think for many people, the application can feel like, gosh, am I eligible for it? And we want people to call us and find out if they're eligible first, right? Let us help you determine that. But this repair, as I said, you don't have to pay it back. So it can be an investment in your house, you know, an average investment of $10,000, which, you know, unfortunately I meet people every day for whom the roof is leaking, or the porch they feel is unstable and they no longer go out on it, or they're having major plumbing issues and they can't afford the repair or find a contractor. This program does all of that if they're eligible. It helps them find the right contractor, the city works with the contractor to complete the job, and we make sure all the permits are pulled. And in the end, someone walks away with a very significant repair to their home.
And all they do is turn in some paperwork and go through the process.
They do. Now, there are income eligibility.
And you said eligible. That's a key point. What are some of these requirements, eligibility?
Yeah, I want people to know up front what's important. So first, it's only eligible for people in a 1 or 2 family household. And so we're looking at people who also live in the home that they occupy, right? Their owner-occupied homes is a key component of it. They do either have to be 60 years of age and older, or 18 to 59 years old and receiving a disability payment. So it's open to both age groups based on either age or disability. There are income criteria. Those change every year based on HUD guidelines, and so I think we're going to show those on the screen for folks to be able to follow along. And the income guidelines increase based on the number of people in the household. So, you know, many of older adults, 40% live alone. But, you know, if you've got 2 members in your family or you're raising your grandchildren, you still might be eligible for this program. You just have to look at income, and then we also look at assets as well. And so we don't want people to for that to be the reason they don't call us.
Well, that's true. Now, how does someone apply, and where do they go and get this application from?
So the application is online that you can download and print it off. We know for some people that's an easy way to get it. But I know for many people, we'd like them to call the Department of Aging. We'll mail them an application. So they can call us at 664-2833. We'll mail them an application. They'll mail it back to us. We'll then mail them a cover letter with all the items that are needed as a follow-up. You can also always find us out in the community at different events. So if you see a Department of Aging table, stop by. We always have SHAP applications. I have one here.
Okay.
We have flyers about the program. And then we know not everyone is eligible for this program, but we want to make sure people know that we've got a home repair resource guide. And so this guide, if you're not eligible for this program, maybe there's other programs that we can help connect you to and help you apply.
What's in the guide?
Yeah, it's great, Dan. It's 26 pages of resources. I'll let you take a look at it. It's everything from resources available from the Veterans Service Commission to CHN Housing Partners to programs at Community Development. We think it's one of the most comprehensive guidebooks out there to help Cleveland seniors navigate all of the services. There's information in there about lead removal. There's information in there about bed bug extermination programs that the city offers. So it's broader than the city, but it's all in one book.
And how can people get this book?
Okay, so that book you can also just download from our website, but we have thousands of them in our office. We're ready to mail out. So people could call us, email us, we'll mail them one to their home.
Now, going back to the application process for the SHAP program, if someone's having issues, not sure how to fill this out, maybe have some questions, can they always reach out to you? Is there someone to assist them with this?
They always should call us, and we can either do that over the phone, provide that assistance with their application. We can meet at a community center if they'd like to do that. We love to meet at resource and recreation centers, so we could meet at the one in their neighborhood. We could come to their home. We could meet them at a library, wherever they're most comfortable. We can help them compile all that the documentation, put them in order, and get that submitted for them.
You know, I think it's really important for someone watching at home who might be interested, but they might say to themselves, that's not for me. I probably won't be eligible. What, apply anyway. You never know.
Absolutely, absolutely. I signed a lot of SHAP applications this year to go to community development, and I tell my team each time that one comes in front of my desk, I think this might be worth $10,000 to someone to be able to help them stay in their home longer. Because if the roof has major repairs that are needed, it's going to reduce the amount of time you're going to be able to live in the home unless we get that roof fixed.
Mary McNamara, thank you so much for being with us today. The SHAP program, there's a lot going on with this, and it could really help some of our citizens out.
Absolutely.
All right, so we just learned about what it takes to apply for the program, but coming up after the break, we're going to find out what the program can do for you. So stay tuned. You're watching Age Friendly Cleveland. I'm Dan Monroe.
Got some soup for
You are loved. You are valued. You are resilient. You got this.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Find free care guides at aarp.org/caregiving.
Welcome back to Age Friendly Cleveland. I'm Dan Monroe. So in the first segment, we learned about what the SHAP program is and how you can apply. Now we're going to learn how it can work for you. My guest right now, Novella Lockett of the Department of Community Relations. Novella, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Before we start, give me a bit of background on yourself. How long have you been with the city and what's your role with community development?
Okay, I've been with the city since November 2009, 12 years, and I am an administrative manager in the Department of Community Development, Division of Neighborhood Services, and my job is to deliver home repair services to residents in the city of Cleveland.
We're talking about SHAP. It's a great program, and when someone applies for it, what are some of the jobs they may be looking to get done for their house?
Okay, so the major measures that we provide to residents is our new roofs. That's the number one service that we provide. Oftentimes we go in the homes and the damage from the leaking roof has penetrated the homes, and so we replace the roof and the whole system, and oftentimes you have to go into the home and repair walls and ceilings within the home. The second measure that we provide the most are porches. We'll do front porches, back porches. Third is whole house electrical, then whole house plumbing. We also provide wheelchair lifts and ramps.
Okay. When someone gets approved for the SHAP program, they might think it's their roof, but someone else, maybe they have a team that comes in that helps them decide what's the best project they can have done.
Absolutely.
So how does that all come together? How does that work?
Okay, absolutely. Well, we have a team in our department that supports the applicant. We have a financial counselor that walks them right down the financial eligibility process. We also have inspectors that are assigned to each job. So they have a team of 2 that work inside of our department. In addition to that, we have contractors that bid on the jobs. So the financial counselor helps them become eligible, determine if they're eligible, and the inspector is focused on the structure, which is the home, to determine if that home, first of all, needs the services and that home is eligible, and exactly what specific services can we provide.
I think the inspector is a crucial part because they could look through the house and say, there's nothing to be done for this house, right?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oftentimes we find that many homes are in need of critical health and safety repairs, and our programs can come to the table and help that homeowner determine exactly what needs to be done along with the inspector.
All right. This program is going on for a while. Tell me about some success stories of someone who really, they got everything turned around for them.
Okay. We recently had a recent widow who had lost her spouse, and because we were able to provide a whole roof system, she was able to take in her 2 granddaughters because the house was healthier. And so now, because the parents of the children aren't present, that grandmother was able to bring her grandchildren to live in that home because now it's safer and it's healthier. We had another gentleman who actually was doing a lot of repairs himself. We could see it when we went there, but he said he wasn't able to get up on that roof. So when our inspector came and identified the roof as something that needed to be replaced, we were able to do that, and he was thrilled.
That's fantastic. We were talking about SHAP as a grant. How does that differ from a loan? And is there any money out of pocket for people who get approved for this?
Okay, for the SHAP program, it is a grant. There is no repayment. If that applicant is eligible for the services, we pay the contractor directly, and there's no repayment on behalf of the applicant.
There's some bits and pieces that go along with this. Some things you have to know. Taxes. You have to be pretty much current on your taxes just to get into this program, don't you?
Well, for the SHAP program, we have 2 interests. We do want applicants to be current on their property taxes, but they don't have to be. We guide them through the process of alternatives. And one of them is we give them information, we give them phone numbers, and we ask them to call the treasurer's office at the county office and get on a tax payment plan. We wait on them. We will pause their application. while they get on that tax payment plan. And all we ask is that they bring in evidence that they've made 3 of those payments, and then we reactivate that application and move forward.
I like that. So you work with them. You want to make sure you can open every avenue to make sure this project gets done.
Absolutely.
That's great. How does community development, talk about more how they work with the contractors? How do they find the people? How do they make sure everything gets done properly?
Okay. We have a pool of approved contractors that meet the qualifications for our department and for the city. And those contractors win jobs based on bids. When our inspector goes out, they write a spec, which does line by line. It lists line by line everything we want that contractor to do in that home. We invite the contractors, 3 of them, to meet that inspector at that home. And they do what we call a site visit. So they have the spec in hand. 3 contractors walk through the home with the inspector. They can ask any questions they want about the spec. We can even make some amendments to it if the inspector missed something and the contractor thinks something else should be added. They turn in their bids based on their site visit, and then we have a bid opening, and then we announce the best and the lowest bid, and that job is awarded to a contractor.
From approval to completion, how long does this process usually take?
Well, we would say, it depends on the scope of the job, but we would like to say 120 days is optimal.
Okay. And do things change because of weather? Like they won't be doing roofs in the winter.
Correct.
Pretty much.
It does. It's impacted sometimes by our contractor workforce. It's impacted by weather. Sometimes it's impacted by getting the documents that we need and helping the applicant through that process. There are a number of things that can come up, but our goal, what we'd like to do, 120 days, we would love to have all of our projects completed.
Is there anything else about the SHEP program that you think our viewers should know?
I want our viewers to know that the City of Cleveland has money. We have funding from the federal government. And those applicants who are eligible, we are here to serve you. We are interested in making your home safe and addressing those critical health and safety needs in your home. Call us, and we will help you through the application process.
And where can they call it?
You can call us at 216-664-2045.
Novella Lockett, Department of Community Development, thank you so much for being here. Great program, a lot of great information. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you for watching Age Friendly Cleveland. I'm Dan Monroe. We'll see you next time.